Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. We are back for part 2 of lesson 2. And last time we were here and we were working out what the running costs were for a single day. We worked out, for me, it was $974.24, 74 cents, 75 cents, 924, something like that. Anyway, we were doing this, and what we were working out was how to use formulas with sums and products. Now that we've got this data, we need to change it into something that's more readable and we can see it at a glance. And to do that, we have to change our data into a different type and then read it. The first job is actually changing it and turning it into something else. So these are the things we're going to have to do to begin with. Open your sheets, either from your classroom or from your drive. Check for errors. If you've got any errors, just have a quick look through, make sure that it's all working. If you're working on an iPad, I've got a quick clip that's going to show you how that all works. And also, you're going to have to look for the 3 little dots in there if you're on an iPad and go and find the Explore button. On sheets on a desktop, the Explore button is already there to see. We're going to choose a pie chart and we're going to insert it, or a good bar chart. You're going to have to answer a question in Google Classroom, and you will get extra kudos and extra praise if you can put in a screenshot of your new types of data, and you need to answer this question as well. So which item takes up the biggest, smallest portion of your overall running cost? So in a day, mine was rides. I can tell you that straight away because it was the biggest number of the largest amount. My trees, I had 131 trees, but they didn't cost a lot to keep. Go into your Google Classroom and then go and make sure that they are all checked out. So I'm going to show you in a second how to do all this. I am going to have to just pop into my sheets on an iPad, and if you're not on an iPad, you can fast forward through this section. I'm going to go and just pop into here and make sure it's going to work. So this bit is for sheets on an iPad, and I'm going to go and turn the sound up on this one so you can actually hear it. Here we are on an iPad in Google Sheets, and I've got my lesson 2 running cost. So here we are on an iPad in Google Sheets, and I've got my lesson 2 running cost. So here, when I tap onto my first cell, I can grab the bubbles like I've done before in my plan. I'm going to highlight everything except for the total running cost for one day. Then I'm going to go to the 3 bubbles in the top corner, and then I'm going to find the word Explore, which is there. And then inside my Explore, I can do some formatting if I want to do some formatting and make it look nice and pretty. But also in the analysis, I can go and tap on more, and then as I go through this slide here, I can slide through them and choose which one I like. I've got a number of items in my park, which is not what I want. Electricity maintenance repairs, that's kind of what I want. But I also want staff costs per day, and see what actually is going to charge me, so I can go and put that in. At the top, next to the X, I've got the add chart function. So I can go and tap on this now, and I can shrink this down. And so I can do the same again just by selecting my items, and I can go and compare the two now in my iPad just by going and doing the same thing, going into more and then go through here. So then I've got staff costs per day in here, I've got electricity maintenance repairs in all my pie charts. So I can go and compare all the two in here, and I can see what is actually costing me the most I can see what the biggest expenditure is in my theme park per day. What's taken the most out and why, and then I can also look at that and think, if I'm going to improve my theme park, this is what I need to cut down on. Right. As always, Year 5, good luck. Here we are back again. I hope that the transition wasn't too jarring there. It's quite difficult to move between the different two streams. Also, I had to record it on here and send it through different means. So I hope that was okay. In here, we are going to look at our desktop Chrome version. And so just like I did in the iPad, for those of you who are on the iPad, who were on the iPad and are seeing this again, I highlighted all this here except for the total running cost for the day. And then in the bottom right hand corner, there is an explore button that's just underneath my window with my face. You can see it there. Normally it's highlighted green when you do this. But when you click on this, you get a column and you will get a series of offerings for different styles of charts. So here, I'm going to go and grab this one. You just pull it in. It's quite large. I'm zoomed in at the moment. And so you can go and pull this around and resize it. And you can compare the two as to which one you prefer. So you can get a bar chart if you want. Put a bar chart in and resize this so that it's readable. And the whole point of doing this is that we can read at a glance rather than getting bamboozled and confused by all the numbers. You can see really quickly what is taking up the most money per day. And so when you come to improve your profits and your expenditure and improve your theme park for year 2, so you can check out what is going to be the thing that you're going to make the most money on when you come to improve it and then improve your profits. So here, straight away, like I said, the rides are the biggest expenditure because they are the biggest and most expensive thing, and they're also the most I have. Right. In Google Classroom, go and answer those questions if you can. You will need to, if you can, put a screenshot in, would be extremely handy. And so if you can put a screenshot in, that would be fantastic. If you can answer this question, which item takes up the biggest, smallest portion of your overall running cost, you can say which is the least, which is the most, etc., etc. And then put a screenshot in if you can. As always, Year 5,